Alvea Studio 2.0, brought to you by Twitch. Let me give you guys some context on what's happening today, because I mentioned it at the very beginning. The studio, well, okay, let's go way back, right? 2021, I purchased this property. The only things that existed on this property were this barn and then these three buildings behind me that we now know as the Nut House, the studio, and HQ. These three buildings though were gutted. Like there was nothing in them and they were pretty ugh, if I'm being honest with you. We have remodeled all of those buildings, except for actually HQ. No, HQ's gotten a lot of work done, but the other two buildings we've done a lot for. Like we've changed out the floor, we've painted them, we've added lots of stuff. The studio in particular has gone through quite a few phases. It started with just like a couple temporary bird enclosures in there in case we had to bring the birds in for whatever reason. It was just me and Ella at that time, and like, peace and love, me and Ella have gotten a lot more handy, but at the time, we weren't. Like there was just not much that Ella and I could do. It was kind of just bare, like there was nothing in there. We got a table and we stapled AstroTurf on the table. So that was pretty awesome. And we did what we could with the studio, and then we had some help come in, thank goodness. And we rebuilt the studio. We got some actual tech in there beyond my backpack shoulder cam. And that camera sucked. It's actually was really cool for like its time and it really did its job, but compared to this quality, man. When Connor got here, we had some more ideas for the studio. We got some prints from viewers, like viewers that do wildlife photography, which is awesome. We printed some of their pictures, we framed them, we put them on the wall. We had our bookshelf up with like some books and props for the first time, so it actually kind of looked like a set. And when we did that, I was like, dang, like this is a set. I was like, this is awesome. Like there's shelves on the wall. There's like snakeskin in jars. In my head at the time, I was like, this is National Geographic, like cinema. Like this is awesome. And then when we would do events, we put a curtain rod on the ceiling, which I stand by is genius. We put a curtain rod along the ceiling and then we change out curtains, themed curtains for events. So like Valentine's Day, we have like our pink fluffy curtain, right? For Halloween event, we had like black and dark purple curtains. And so we would be able to change our set in the studio with just like that one wall. And then last year, at the end of last year, September, we went to TwitchCon, and Twitch was like, hey Maya, will you come up on stage and just like talk a little bit about Alveus at the opening ceremony? And I was like, yes.
Let's give it up for Maya from Alveus Sanctuary.
I founded in 2021. I did all the capital campaign fundraising on Twitch. You guys are on Twitch. The whole community is on Twitch. Our live cams are live 24/7 on Twitch, also YouTube. Hey, what's up YouTube? Our community is on Twitch. We only exist because of it. So I was like, what a sick full circle thing to at TwitchCon, now that Alveus has grown so much, to talk about Alveus's work. So they gave me these questions. We did like rehearsals and whatever, right? The day of the opening ceremony, I went on stage, we went through all the questions, it was easy peasy, there was a whole crowd there, which was cool, because usually when I'm streaming, I'm talking to just Colton, like right now, and not like a whole crowd of people. So we went on stage, did the whole rehearsed thing, and then Mary started asking me a different question, and I kind of like panicked. I was like, this was not in the rehearsal. Like, what is she doing? Like, what's the point of doing all that? Because I was already kind of nervous. I think her question was like,
do you have any big plans for the future? Like anything you want to make or work on?
And I was just like, yeah, so we're constantly adding live cams, we're constantly rescuing animals, and we have a ton more work to do. So if you guys want to go check out Alveus on Twitch, we're live 24/7. And then she said,
it's really cool that Maya actually constructed this sanctuary and does a lot of it through Twitch. We're really proud of your work, and so Twitch wants to help you grow your sanctuary. And so Twitch will be donating $100,000 to Alveus Sanctuary. Congratulations.
Also, our staff was in the audience, which I remember being conscious about like not looking at them, because if I looked at them, I would like fall to my knees on stage because I was already crying. And I knew that they were in the audience, and oh my God, I'm gonna start crying. I knew they were in the audience, and so I didn't want to look at them because I was like, if I look at my staff right now, I'm gonna lose it. I got off stage, and then everyone backstage, they all knew, right? Except for me. Dan Clancy was back there, he knew. My staff got brought backstage. We were all like, what the heck? So that's what happened at TwitchCon this past year. Then we were thinking about what we want to do with that $100,000, because that's a lot of money, and how we want to use it best at Alveus. And what better way to use that money than to put it into our streaming studio, where we reach the most people, where we host our content collaborations with other Twitch streamers and other creators, and we meet their audience with our ambassadors and with all of our conservation messaging. And so we decided that the coolest thing to do would be to remodel our studio and have it be Alveus Studio 2.0, brought to you by Twitch. Shout out this tree. He's been here the whole time. He's been here since 2021. I like him. Alveus Studio 2.0, brought to you by Twitch. We do have real plants in here. This is a parlor palm. This is a Dracaena. These are live plants. This is a fake rock wall. This is philodendron. This is begonia. Wait, Colton, can you get up on this one? Oh, can you guys see that? Begonia. Begonia. Chrysanthus, which is a type of bromeliad. This is an orchid. So I don't know, maybe one day it'll flower. How sick would that be? We have more live plants up here. These are more philodendrons. We have orchids up there. We have rabbit's foot ferns up there. We have a variegated monstera right here. We have more begonia in here. And then over here, we have more philodendrons and fern. This is a alocasia, and then this is a cordyline. This is my favorite one because it's pink. Isn't that beautiful? Other new upgrades, this table, so we don't have big rocky table anymore, like really bad collab table that everyone complains about. It's actually sturdy and it's a reasonable size. We're gonna put Alveus' socials here. We have to get like them laser cut into wood or something, probably. But we'll have Alveus' socials on here, which will be awesome. If you come on this side, behind the scenes, everybody, this will have a curtain on it so collaborators won't be able to see under. See, there's like a curtain rod. But these are shelves, so I'll have all my props and stuff under here, like the pregnancy tests and scorpions and stuff. So I have shelves so it's easier to like access stuff. And then, this is not done yet because this steak Creekcraft collab came up faster than I expected it to. We hadn't planned for it. We plan on cutting doors into this rock wall. So I'll be able to open the doors, and then we'll have preloaded bug ambassadors in the wall. So then I'll open it and then can pull out bug, instead of me having to like run into the reptile room and like pick them up and come back and like try to stall while I walk out of the room. Other things in here. This is our new saltwater reef tank. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Yes, a lot of this was Lindsay's work. As you can see, there are real fish in here. There is real water in here, as you can see. No, but like in seriousness, we want to do a lot more with marine conservation because it's massively important. And so we've been wanting to do a reef tank for a while so we can teach people about coral reefs and about our oceans and what they can do to conserve them. So this is our plan for that. It'll be really cool once it's all done, but a lot of progress has been made. We had to reinforce this entire floor underneath the building. This is really heavy on its own, but with water, it would have fallen through the floor. So we did have this whole building reinforced Does anybody know how many gallons the saltwater reef tank is?
It'll be about 180 once we get everything in it.
Georgie got a remodel. Lucas has redone Georgie's tank. Georgie's also not in here because this will all be water. And then this is his land area. So he got more land area because he likes it. Lucas did all of this by hand, like with concrete. Don't ask me how, ask Lucas how he did that. I don't know, it's incredible. Georgie has speakers and special lights and like misters and stuff so that he can
Weigh around 2,000 pounds.
This tank will weigh around 2,000 pounds. That's like 2 Aceros. Georgie will have monsoon season in his enclosure. So you can experience the elements and he will be enriched. It'll be awesome. We have a grid system. So we now have the ability, look, here's a camera, wow, ooh, we now have the ability to like move cameras wherever we want on this grid. We have these big lights. We can move them where we want on a grid. Over here too. So now we don't have TVs and a giant tripod taking up more than half of this room where people are falling and almost knocking over the tripod and the TVs and hitting their head on everything because it's all on the ceiling. We also have the ability to lower cameras because of these things. Other cool studio upgrades are smartboard. Instead of having a whiteboard that has like whiteboard marks on it, we have a smartboard. So we can have collaborators draw on the whiteboard. Hat. Bow tie, for example. So now when I ask people what they think a snake penis looks like, they can draw it on here. We'll also be able to pull up assets on here. So you know how during collabs, when we pull up pictures, we'll pull it up like in the lower third on the screen, and then the collaborator IRL doesn't know that it's there. And I'm like, sometimes I'm like, you can look at it on the screen, but like just their chat sees it. Now we can pull it up on here so that the collaborator and chat can see them. And then Lucas is very talented at making terrariums, beautiful terrariums with live plants. So he has really upgraded our bug enclosures. Isn't that beautiful? This one as well. This is Hank's new tank. Barbara enclosure. Oh, somebody likes it in there. You see that? Hello? Hello? And then Puppy and Tortellini. Amazing. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you again to Twitch for helping us make this studio a reality. We are so excited and we are going to teach so many people in it. It's gonna be awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you guys later. Goodbye. I'm gonna draw Georgie. Thoughts?